To the field, to the court, to the diamond. Welcome back, everybody, to GKYsportscenter with your host, Brandon Culver. Today, I wanted to talk about the recent Giants versus Bears game and some recent news that is very big. If you are new, please hit the like and subscribe button, as hoping the channel will continue to grow. And tell a friend to tell a friend about the channel if you can. So before I get into the details of the game, I wanted to give congratulations to the Chicago Bears and their fans for showing resilience throughout the game. Even though the Giants let them crawl back in there, it was still a great effort to see a team fight back like that. So congrats to their players, coaches, management. Well deserved. Alright, so let's talk about the game now. So, admittedly, I actually didn't even watch the first couple possessions of the Giants and Bears possessions, because I was actually out working. But yeah, I got home and I put it on, and in the beginning, I was actually feeling a bit optimistic. I don't know. It felt like, even though we've had this losing streak, it felt like I still had a feeling that we could have won this game in the beginning. And in the first quarter, first half, it proved that. It proved that we could hang with the Bears and with their offense. Jackson Dart was making throws. He was looking good. The wide receivers weren't dropping the ball as much as they usually do, which was a great sign. It was also a snow game too, so very fun to watch. So as we went into halftime up 10-7, I felt great, but still a bit unsatisfied, as I felt like we've definitely left a lot of points on the table still in the first half. Granted, we went for it a couple times, didn't get it. Actually, so did the Bears as well. They went for it a couple times, but all being said, it was still a great half. For our standards anyway, because we're usually on the losing side of halftime deficits. So after halftime, we came out with the ball, and when we scored another touchdown, another Jackson Dart rushing touchdown as well, second of the day for him, it felt great. It like I don't know, I couldn't really explain it. Like, it was more of a glimpse to the future of what this team could potentially be. Unfortunately, that was the last of the good times for the Giants, as eventually they would collapse in the late third into the fourth quarter. And what sealed the deal, or what sealed the Giants' fate on Sunday, was when Jackson Dart rushed again and got hit and got put in concussion protocol. And after that, it definitely felt like the Giants would be in for another loss, falling to 2-8. I don't know. It couldn't. It's almost like another gut punch. Another gut punch. We already lost Leak, and then Scat a few weeks back. And yeah, I mean, our last player that we really, come to watch play, he gets hurt as well. And yeah, it was not good, not ideal. So that's what would eventually seal our fate, and then of course the fourth quarter collapse comes with the defense, which we definitely have to talk about. For the first few quarters, defense looked solid. For the Bears, Caleb Williams was missing throws, so I don't feel like it was as great as people might say it would have been, but it was definitely solid. 10 points in 3 quarters is still pretty good, all things considered. So, so then the fourth quarter happened then. This Giants defense in the fourth quarter has been really terrible all season. Everybody knows it. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. All right, so it's not a secret. But Shane Bowen, some of his coverages and some of his schemes are just very confusing at times, and the opposing offenses, they usually take advantage of that. The Cowboys did, the Broncos did, and now the Bears. So it's definitely something that it's looking we got to clear up. I know a lot of people, even including me, definitely calling for Shane's for Bowden's job, and kind of surprised it didn't happen already. As we get into some of the events that would eventually occur, but who knows? That might be coming soon anyway. So we'll see. But yeah, something as well is the front four of Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter, and Kayvon Thibodeau. All season, they have been talked up to be this great line that can wreak havoc against opposing O-lines. And so far, through 10 weeks, it has not been very visible other than Brian Burns. Like each one, other than Brian, it's been a bit lackluster, to say the least. A bit disappointing. I am willing to give Abdul at least a slighter pass, since he's still a rookie, still learning. But at some point, he definitely has to start to maybe get some sacks, more than just pressures, because so far just getting pressures isn't really helping, as we can see with our record and our amount of fourth quarter collapses. Yeah, definitely something that we have to look into more and observe. Look at film and everything. Maybe go through with the guys each and determine what needs to be done to allow this front to be the front that we want it to be, or that has the potential to be. So the Bears would eventually go on to score 14 unanswered points, 2 touchdowns, and then yes, we would eventually have to play Russell Wilson, and we all figured how that would eventually go, and it was a sickening feeling for me, and probably many Giants fans. So something now that I wanted to talk about is the breaking news that would occur just earlier today, and that news was that Brian Daboll has been fired per Adam, well, first per Adam Schefter. And this definitely came as definitely a surprise. This doesn't usually happen with the Giants. They don't usually fire people mid-season like this. They usually wait till the end. But yes, very interesting and firm decision coming from Mr. John Mara. And I know a lot of people were calling for Dable's job. Definitely a shame because he had a lot of promise as a coach, and the first season was magical with him. The 2022 season, I still remember the first game against the Titans on the road, and at the end when he went for two, and it was just a unreal feeling, and really just sparked the magic that was the 2022 season, which would eventually end up resulting in a playoff win, our last playoff win against the Minnesota Vikings. So, but yes, it was great times back then, but recently he's just not really been able to get it done. And if not, if it was his fault or not his fault, partially his fault, usually it's going to reflect coaching no matter what. And unfortunately for him, the clock just struck midnight, as some people would say. So, I'm hoping for the best for Brian Dable. Maybe he can get another job somewhere else. Again, I thank him for 2022 season, and we're out. Our heart is out to the Dable family. So, yes. As far as the future of the Giants organization as a whole, something else to be mindful of was they let go of Brian Dable today, but they kept everybody else so far. They kept Mike Kafka, who is the current, or now the current interim head coach. We'll see if he can get anything done here the last 7 weeks of the season. And they kept Shane Bowen, and they kept Joe Shane. It was very interesting to see that they did not entirely clean house, as a lot of people wanted and partially expected. But for me, it's just I really just want the Giants to be great again. I mean, Joe Shane has definitely made he's made some good moves, but he's definitely made some awful moves as well. And most notably being the whole Saquon situation. But there's also been some draft picks that he's whiffed on. I mean, the 2023 draft class for him was just terrible. If you look back at it, drafting Deonte Banks in the first round, and our best pick that year was probably John Michael Schmitz, who's so at best. So, but overall, I mean, of course we have the leak pick. We have the last year's draft with Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo, and everybody else there. So far, it looks like those are hits, or are going to be hits. But if you don't forget that it was really Brian Dable who drafted Jackson Dart. It was his decision to settle on him. Joe Shane wanted Shedeur Sanders, so you know, take what you want with that. But it was also a surprise to me that they didn't let go of Shane Bowden today. I actually expected Shane Bowden to be gone with Brian Dable earlier, but they decided not to, at least for now. We'll see how long he lasts. Could be next week, couple weeks, the end of the season. But I don't think he will be back. He will not be back when the season ends, at the very least. But just so it's not all doom and gloom, I wanted to leave Giants fans here with something to hang their hat on, is that the future is very bright, I will say. And it's just another reason why this head coaching position is very enticing for a lot of coaches now. You have a young quarterback in Jackson Dart, and he looks pretty good, if you couldn't tell. And you have Cam Scatterboo, who will come back, as well as Leak. They will both be back better than ever next year, if all goes to plan. But also you're probably gonna have a top 5 pick if things keep going the way they've been going. So that's another player, potentially another weapon for Dart, or somebody else. But talent is talent, and it would definitely be appreciated for this Giants team. And so, but yeah, just something to kind of remind Giants fans of. As it's not looking great right now, but hang in there. It can and it will get better at some point. It can't be this bad for forever. So yes, just remember that, Giants fans. Take the criticism now. Take the trash talking now, but it'll be all right. All right, it will be okay. So again, I thank you again for watching this video. Coming across my channel here, GKYsportscenter. We cover Giants, Knicks, and Yankees news and scores analysis as well. So yes, we are also on Instagram, X, and TikTok. So yes, just if you can find our channel, if you can find the channel, GKYsportscenter, on all those platforms. I will eventually have a post credit that will display all of those, or just display all the information for you, so it's easier for everybody else, and for me as well, keep track of everything. But yes, again, thank you for watching this video, coming across. Don't forget to tell a friend about the channel, and hit the like and subscribe button, maybe even a comment as well. Definitely helps the algorithm out, gets the content to everybody out there, not just Yankees, Knicks, or Giants fans, everybody, because this is a safe space for everybody. Don't have to be a fan of those teams to watch, or to laugh, or have fun. So yes, I encourage everybody to leave a comment. Even if you're a rival, Eagles, Cowboys, or Washington, whoever. Yeah, everything will be appreciated, no matter what. So thank you again. It was an honor. It's an honor. I should be back either tomorrow or Wednesday to talk about the any other news, and including the Knicks versus Grizzlies that will be happening on Tuesday night. So yes, until then, thank you again. It is your host, Brandon Culver, signing off. GKY Sports Center. Peace, y'all.